Hey guys, LevelCap here, and today in gaming, Battlefield 2042 finally got driver support. There's a big performance fix for Halo Infinite, Activision Blizzard CEO is in an even worse position, and much more. NVIDIA released game-ready drivers for Battlefield 2042. These drivers add native support for the game's DLSS and reflex low latency options. It's tough to say how much of a performance improvement you can expect with the new drivers installed. Some players report improved FPS and latency, others say there's no discernible difference. Previous NVIDIA drivers supported 2042's betas with specific optimizations, but the game launched without a finalized game-ready update. Ultimately, there's only so much that GPU makers can do to optimize games. DICE are tracking 2042's performance problems as a known issue, and rumors suggest that we'll see a major update when the game launches on the 19th. That said, DICE haven't alluded to such an update being in the works. I wouldn't get your hopes up for a silver bullet patch that transforms the game into a radically different product on the 19th, but it's safe to assume that DICE are at least working to address many of our concerns. In the past few days, players have discovered many technical problems. The game's hitboxes seem slightly misaligned, which means shots that should have hit or missed have the opposite effect. Hitbox issues are pretty common in most multiplayer games, and DICE quickly fixed similar problems in the past, so hopefully we'll get the same treatment this time around. A bigger problem is that some of 2042's weapon attachments don't do what they say they should. Players have discovered a handful of attachments that don't behave properly. The AK-24's muzzle brake is supposed to reduce recoil, but it actually increases it. The VCAR marksman's rifle barrels have their description swapped around. The shortened barrel is supposed to increase rate of fire, but it decreases it. Likewise, the extended barrel is supposed to reduce the rate of fire, but it bumps it to higher than any other attachment. Now, there's plenty of other issues in the game. Those are just a few small examples. One final bit of Battlefield news is that DICE are actively working on a fix for the rubber banding that we've seen in matches. As part of this effort, DICE have just disabled the sensor grenade, which was apparently causing a lot of the rubber banding issues. We don't currently have an ETA for when that grenade will go back online, but apparently turning it off has fixed a lot of the performance problems. Halo Infinite's multiplayer launched in open beta yesterday as a surprise announcement. The campaign and likely additional PvP content will launch on December 8th. And right off the bat, if you enjoyed the technical previews of Infinite, you're probably going to like the open beta release. But there's still some lingering issues left over from those earlier builds. The default key bindings are kind of all over the place on PC. You'll have to play a few matches and rebind basically everything to suit your needs. The more significant issue though is performance. On PC, by default, Infinite installs an HD texture pack. It's proving to be a massive resource hog. Uninstalling this texture pack alone should offer a significant performance bump across a wide range of PC hardware from low to high-end machines. It's unclear why this texture pack is so problematic. One of the possibilities is that these enhanced textures are just massive and uncompressed. Microsoft's Direct Storage API will probably help with the issue if that's the case whenever it becomes available. For now though, you could try uninstalling the texture pack either with the in-game game manager menu or in Steam under the DLC section for Infinite. Another major performance bottleneck is the game's FPS min and max options. Turning either of these on enables dynamic resolution scaling to help the game meet whatever FPS value you enter. The scaler though causes poor frame times, which makes the game feel laggy or unresponsive. If you're having issues, try disabling both of these options and use your GPU's control panel to limit Infinite's FPS to something reasonable like 60 or 120 FPS. Once you've implemented those tweaks, you may be getting much better performance. We saw some big FPS and latency improvements in our limited testing, but your mileage may vary. Technical concerns aside, Infinite is proving to be the biggest Xbox game launch on Steam ever. In 8 hours, it had racked up 270,000 concurrent players. That's over 100,000 more players than the previous record holder, the Halo Master Chief Collection. A new report by the Wall Street Journal alleges that internal documents show Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick was closer to the company's workplace harassment issues than he and the company's spokeswoman Helene Klasky suggested in public statements. The journal says Kotick intervened to keep co-head of Treyarch Dan Bunting from getting fired after an internal investigation confirmed claims of sexual harassment that were brought against him. Bunting resigned today following the journal's report. Kotick also failed to report accusations allegations of rape made against a Sledgehammer Games supervisor who Activision fired over the incident. Pending an SEC investigation, Kotick could be held accountable for the lack of disclosure. An email from Blizzard's outgoing co-head Jennifer O'Neill has also revealed some key details about her departure and Kotick's conduct as CEO. She took the role after the studio's president, J. Allen Brack, stepped down because he was named in California's harassment lawsuit. O'Neill sent this particular email a month after her promotion. She said she was a victim of sexual harassment and pay disparity during her time with the company, and that it's clear the company will never prioritize its employees the right way. O'Neill says the promotion was a token gesture made because of her gender, orientation, and race. Despite sharing equal duties with the other co-head Mike Ybarra, she was paid less. Her email also describes an incident at an Activision party Kotick attended and featured strippers as entertainment. Another employee said the DJ at this party encouraged the women in attendance to drink more so the men would have a better time. On its own, the party doesn't sound too problematic, but many of the company's harassment issues stem from drunken employees and frat boy culture that promoted a toxic workplace experience for women and minorities. The party was yet another symptom of this company culture. As more information about Activision Blizzard's workplace harassment issues come to light, Kotick's role becomes clearer and more connected to all of them. In response to this new information, the Activision Blizzard Workers Alliance is staging a walkout today and demanding Kotick be replaced as CEO. Activision Blizzard also issued a response to the report saying the Wall Street Journal ignored important changes underway to make this the industry's most welcoming and inclusive workplace. We'll all have to wait and see what kind of fallout there is after this damning report. I'd say there's a pretty good chance though that Activision Blizzard CEO will be stepping down. The Grand Theft Auto Classic remasters are a hot mess that just keep getting worse the deeper the players dig. Fortunately, there's hope on the horizon. Modders are currently working to restore the remasters to their original glory. Mods that fix the broken rain effect, missing fog, messed up environment art, and more. Rockstar has apparently dropped the ball with this release. They're working on official fixes for some of the remaster's issues, but it seems unlikely that they'll ever give it the proper redo it probably needs to satisfy fans of the franchise. Amazon shut down wealth transfers for their MMO New World again following another wave of exploits ruining the in-game economy. A new trophy duplication glitch was discovered over the weekend that sent the in-game economy into chaos. Earlier this month, a gold duplication glitch had a similar effect. Item duplication exploits are nothing new, especially for MMOs, but it's been a steady trickle of exploits hurting the experience for new players since launch. Until Amazon cuts the faucet off, it's unclear how sustainable the game's economy system will be. Before we get to our final story today, I just wanted to say thanks for tuning in. We want to know what you guys think of the Activision Blizzard story. Do you think the company needs to take stronger action against Kotick? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodhunt has been delayed to next year. The Battle Royale launched in open beta earlier this year to favorable but mixed reviews from both players and critics. Most reviews focus on the game's interesting mechanics, unique setting, and significant performance problems. The devs postponed the game's official launch from late 2021 to early next year to polish the experience. Performance, cheating, and the overall player experience are their top priorities for launch. Servers for the game will go offline on the 22nd. Anyone who plays before then will get invited to closed tests leading up to the official launch. And that wraps it up for today in gaming. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. This is Level Cap signing off.